So I'm from Spokane. Okay. And I teach science at Shaw Middle School. And yes, and this is my story, but I have a feeling it's your story as well. My second period class, I have 14 special ed kids in my class. I have 5 of those 14 are autistic. I have 4 students with IEPs. I have a pregnant 8th grade girl, and I have 30 students. And I am not a special ed teacher. And I'm evaluated all the time. I'm observed in my second period class. To say the least, I work very hard. This is my story. I'm not talking about my school, I'm talking about teacher evaluation. Like the vast majority of educators here, I support an effective teacher evaluation model. I believe that when TPEP is done right, it does promote excellence in teaching. When it's done right, it does promote us being better teachers. I believe this, and more importantly, I know this because I've spent several years learning about TPEP, working with my district to bring a framework to our district. I've worked with hundreds of teachers in trainings focused on building competency in using the TPEP model to be reflective and to grow as an educator. I do this on Saturdays, a lot. I've helped to build their confidence in their ability to best communicate with their administrators with regards to their evaluation. And I've promoted the goal of teachers and administrators forming collaborative relationships focused on honest reflection, feedback, and high expectations for our profession. But when the state Senate voted to tie the test scores to my teacher evaluation, I felt emotions about the state government. Emotions that I'm sure you all could articulate yourselves. Right now, I'm outraged. And I'm outraged that by tying the voting to our evaluations, our state legislators have made a huge mistake. They are ignoring the strength of the framework and of the relationships being formed between the administration and teachers. I believed in TPEP. I trusted that the goal of TPEP was to build a genuine, reflective, and collaborative system in schools. And I have worked hard to bring this perspective to my colleagues. I'm honestly furious because this vote leads me to believe that clearly a reflective and effective evaluation system was never the authentic goal for the state government when they made this a law. I don't buy it now. I did in the beginning. And I feel totally disrespected by the state. Worse than that, I feel that my own integrity has been put into question. I've literally trained hundreds of teachers on TPEP, and I've helped them and guided them. I believed in TPEP, and I'm honestly wondering if TPEP is really just about cleaning house. A student test score linked to my evaluation ignores the variables, the ones I brought up, that impact the lives and learning of my students long before they cross the threshold of my classroom door. Attaching a student's test score to a teacher ignores the years of learning that led to that score, including all of the external circumstances that come far beyond the walls of our schools. Our students come to school daily, often because it is a better place than home. This does not mean that they are fully capable to show their best on a test or an assignment, but at least they show up. Attaching a test score to my evaluation as a teacher is bad enough, but when the test score is narrow and it measures only one part of student knowledge and learning, it becomes ridiculous. What about the development and growth in areas of persistence and grit and cooperation? There is no way the SBAC or MSP measures any of that. I teach at Shaw Middle School by choice, as many of you choose to teach where you teach. I love this school, I love the children. I choose to teach in a school that has a high number of students living in extreme poverty. We are over 90% free and reduced. and they often have highly extreme life situations. I choose to work with these students even though I know the struggles that come with this choice on a daily basis. Often they're homeless, they have no food, no electricity, no clean clothes, no place to study, and often no parent home at night. And these all are variables that impact my classroom and their learning daily. Legislators who supported the vote say, hey, it was just 1%. I so struggle with them. I struggle with the fact that by attaching a test score to a teacher evaluation, our government is selling our kids and our teachers out for a buck. And this buck is so small. It is such a small percentage of our total educational expense. It doesn't make sense why they would ever leverage it against the amazing teachers in our state. Even 1 iota of 1% attached to evaluations is not appropriate. I'm very concerned. In fact, in my building, I'm a science department lead. My entire department is leaving my school because the conditions are so hard there. And I'm worried that other teachers are going to be moving to schools where those variables that impact teaching and learning are not so extreme, or even worse, that they're leaving the profession altogether. But as a teacher, as all of you know, every day we start with hope. I wake up every day hoping that my students will actually make it to school. And that honestly, I'm going to be excellent in what I do. But my hope for today is that our state's politicians have the courage to allow the current evaluation system to do what it is supposed to do, and that this state never ties test scores to teacher evaluation, no matter how much money they are offered, because it's going to harm the students and teachers. We are going to lose teachers. My hope today is that the state of Washington will do what is right, that our elected officials will be an example for our children, that they will act with integrity and not pass a bill that is ultimately just about money. Thank you.